Hello again. I think that most people watching this channel know that anybody in the world, other than two individuals, can comment here and say literally anything they wish without my deleting their comments. This is rare on the internet. Almost everybody operates some moderation, but I have no inclination at all to discourage, let alone prevent anybody saying whatever he or she pleases here. One natural consequence of this is, of course, that some people will come to such an open marketplace with the intention of saying things which they wouldn't get away with elsewhere on the internet. This can make for some pretty unpleasant reading sometimes. Another problem is that few people will do as I do and post under their own names and use their own photograph. This means that almost everybody in the comments is using a false identity. Sometimes people operate more than one false identity, and on occasion, somebody will copy somebody else's false identity to create mischief. This can be irritating. It has been suggested recently that I am either encouraging this kind of thing or that some of the false identities are actually me, posting under a phony name. Neither is true, of course. I wish that people here would just use their own identity so that we could actually get to know who is who, but I realise that that's never going to happen. I do not have the time or energy to patrol the comments here and try to work out who first used a particular false identity and then stop others from using the same false name. In any case, why should I? A man might perhaps call himself Jim123 and post here, and then another person also post comments under the same name. Why should one person be more entitled to use that fake profile of Jim123 than another? This, then, is a bad point about completely free speech. Anybody can lie about his name and pretend to be somebody else. I wish people would stop doing this, but to suggest that I'm somehow in control of it is nuts. It is what happens when you allow everybody to say and to do as they please. Most people behave sensibly, but a certain percentage will start raving about the Jews, say, while some others will pretend to be a dozen different people. That's what freedom looks like sometimes. It gives the appearance of chaos and sometimes unpleasantness. This is not my doing because I'm not answerable for the actions of those who comment here. If somebody believes that the Jews are running the world, then free speech means that such a person is free to express that view. If another man wants to start using somebody else's name, then free speech means that he may do so without any consequences. I happen to be a passionate believer in people being able to say anything they want. I'm aware that there are legal restrictions on what may be said. But you see, I'm not a policeman, and so it's not my duty to tackle such things. I know too that YouTube have their own ideas on the subject and that they patrol the comments and delete stuff that they feel is unacceptable or violates their community guidelines. That isn't my job either, so I just let them get on with it. In case anybody is in any doubt, I disagree strongly with some of the views expressed in the comments here, but do not always feel called upon to say so. This is not a case of silence means consent. It's more that I have such a busy life that I can't always point out when I think that somebody is being a bloody fool. Nor do I like the fact that people copy other people's identities and pose as somebody they are not. Again, though, short of actually censoring people and restricting who can use which false identities based upon who first used that particular fake name, there's little to be done about it. Those who do not like free speech or think that it is ugly or dangerous don't need to read the comments posted here. Free speech can be ugly and dangerous. That's one of the disadvantages of it. Every human activity has good points and bad, and we have to weigh up the advantages and disadvantages when considering whether to allow or discourage it. I find that the advantages of free speech greatly outweigh its disadvantages, but I'm aware that some people do not agree with me on this point. All I can say is that those who don't like unfettered expression of other people's views should probably not come on this channel and read the comments here. By the by, I'm not really going off on a tangent. This is apropos of what I've been saying. Somebody's using my image in the comments here to try and get people to contact them on a Telegram channel. I need hardly say that that's nothing at all to do with me.